Hello. Oh my goodness, good people. Wow, it is good to be with you. So it's dark outside. Typically, my time is in the morning, but it is still Friday. And how many of you have made commitments to yourself and others, and you put it off until the next Friday or the next Monday? And my day in the past, because it's been a minute since I've been here consistently with projects and problems, real life happening. And sometimes well, all the time, if you want to succeed, you do have to pull back. I heard the Lord telling me, in order to take care of yourself more in this season, sometimes we have to take care of others less. Like in the airplane, you've got to put your own oxygen mask on. And so, but I've been missing you. And every day, I've got this book over here if I could reach it, but there's things that just get downloaded on me when I'm minding my own business. And it is so good for me. And I know it's good for you. It's meant for more than just me. And so, Fire Up Your Faith Friday used to be a thing a few years ago, every Friday. Motivational Monday, Talk About It Tuesday, Wellness Wednesday. And there was a theme there for a while. But sometimes when you are teaching, I think all the time, you're tested and you're tried. Practice what you preach is like a real thing because you're going to practice it because you're going to be tested on it. But really, I have been thinking about offense in the spirit of offense and did not want this day to close without giving you this word because I've been thinking about it like all week. And then the funny thing is, I think that I dealt with it this morning, and maybe that might have delayed me in getting to you. So I knew that this was an important message, especially on this Mother's Day. Women, mother figures, helpers, nurturers carry so much. But one thing that we cannot carry in this season is offense. So I was thinking about the word offend, and the word offend gets you off your end. You're offended, you're off your end or off your square. And when I was thinking about that, it's like, what is this? What is that spirit of offense, or when you get offended that throws you off or knocks you off your square for a day or for a season, sometimes just to get it together? Sometimes offense causes people to go into depression. There's triggers because something may cause you to remember an offense that you had, and then you're stuck or on the fence. And so I wanted to talk about that briefly, so we can avoid it, because what I realized and discovered is you don't have to receive offense. You don't have to take it. You don't have to receive it whatsoever. And so, as an NFL baby, yes, as a child of a Hall of Famer, that means my dad didn't just play, but he played well at the top of the game, the tippity top. And so sometimes those correlations between football will pop up in my spirit. And so I was thinking about offense and defense. So I'm going to be here for just a brief moment. We know God is with us. We are prayed up. And I'm just excited to give you this message that I think is going to fire you up, because I'm excited to get to my food, another F, really working on balance. And when you're offended, it can throw your balance off, right? And so, I'm getting ahead of myself. But when we clear space because we're not offended, then we have room to grow and do those things that we were called to do. Because offense is a trap, baby. It's a distraction. It's a diss on your action. All right. So hold on a minute. Let me see. I can't share right now. I can't do anything, but that's okay. All right. So don't get offended. Off ended, two words on this Mother's Day. So again, this is like the first live Fire Up Your Faith Friday, because we were doing them recorded, or we had the message already planned for the quick summary. But how many of you need some firing up of your faith, to push yourself in this season? So again, I was reflecting on spirit of offense, and what does it really mean? It's not just an emotion, people. It's a trap. It is a trap that will get you emotionally stuck and bound. If you've ever been offended, it gets you stuck for a minute, stuck in your tracks. It also can cause us to be tilted in our balance. Like something's off with you today. You are off ended, thrown off your end. And it adds unnecessary weight to a perfectly balanced life because it causes like a spiritual vertigo. I'm off ended. I'm offended. It splits your peace. Double minded man is unstable in all his ways. So we don't want to be off our end or offended. The scripture that comes to mind is a person's wisdom yields patience. It is to one's glory to overlook an offense. Sometimes we have to overlook an offense. I want to look this up in the message as well. But have you ever looked at something or ran into a situation or woke up one morning and then all of a sudden you got offended by something you saw, or a phone call or a text or a post, or something that threw you off? It is better to just overlook these things. I am learning. And so Proverbs 19:11, give me 1 second because I feel like I'm going to be here briefly, maybe 15 minutes, and you're going to get this fired up faith. But I want to read it in the message. I just feel like I should read the message version of it. And so it says, in fact, in the Google, it says, smart people know how to hold their tongue. So Proverbs 19:11 in the message translation says, smart people know how to hold their tongue. Their grandeur is to forgive and forget. So it emphasizes that wisdom is displayed not only knowing when to speak, but in choosing to overlook offenses and to maintain peace. One of my favorite scriptures, blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall inherit the kingdom of God. Am I saying this right? Memorize your scriptures. Are the peacemakers. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called the children of God. They will be called the children of God and inherit the kingdom. They will be called the children of God. Matthew 5:9. And so we don't want to be offended. We want to seek peace. Another thing, seek peace above all things. So I'm trying so hard. I told my daughter today, I said, this is my bag, the things that I'm going through, this seeking of peace above all things, tearing off the growing up Sanders part and the things like with the getaway called Secret Garden. We both come from different places, grown up in different gardens. There's weeds, there's rodents, there's sunny days, there's storms, there's weathering, there's pruning season, there's blossoming time. And then you come from out of your individual places together to begin to grow a family and begin to grow a life. And so there's residue that you're dealing with and getting rid of. And sometimes your peace can be disturbed, or you can get offended due to your perspective. But above all things, we're supposed to seek peace. And so there's no room to be on the offense. And so we're warned that wisdom yields patience. A person's wisdom is going to yield patience, but your glory is to overlook the offense. And so some things just aren't worth the energy. They're just not worth the energy. And so when you're off-ended, I'm calling it, 2 words, then you're no longer on your end or on your square. You're distracted, you are divided, and you are delayed, and you are disturbed. And so just like in football, the offense can only advance when the defense is distracted. So when the defense is distracted or out of alignment, then that's when the offense can advance. And so the offense can advance on us. That dart that's thrown, it should not stick, because we got to be on the defense to guard our heart. The word tells us to guard our heart, for out of it flows the issues of life. So look, I got some issues in life. You have some issues in life. And if we don't guard our heart, then that offense is going to prick us, and all that offense is going to flow out because we weren't on our spiritual defense, which means we need to guard our heart, we have to guard our mind, and we have to guard our peace, our heart, our mind, our peace. And so this weekend, as we honor mothers, mother figures, nurturers, and women who carry so much, the one thing that I am cautioning, unctioning, urging, pleading with myself and you and others, men and women, is don't carry offense. Let's not get off-ended, off our square, off. You're just off today. Yeah, because you got off-ended. We don't have to carry offense. It's a choice. We have to forgive. We need to release and not let the thing that is offending us get us stuck on offense. Offense. Get us stuck on offense. In other words, then we're on the fence. We're split. We are stuck. We are straddling the fence. And that's painful. Think about sitting on or straddling a fence. There's nothing cushy about that. But we are straddling between peace and petty. Come on, talk to yourself, Sharice. You're straddling yourself between peace and petty when you are on the fence, which is a painful place to sit in. We don't need to be off fence or off ended, off our end. Instead, we need to be releasing and living in peace and forgiveness. Otherwise, I put here that you're straddling between peace and petty. You're straddling between joy and judgment and between purpose and pain, straddling. So sometimes we get stuck because of a simple offense that wasn't even real. Your perspective, oh, you looked at me funny. People are like dead because of that. You looked at me sideways. And then we're popping off because of the offense, the thing that's off that was never dealt with, instead of seeking that peace. And in our quiet time, taking time sometimes, like yours truly, pulling yourself off the grid to address yourself, to check yourself so that you can go get the life that God has for you. But my calling is also to deliver these awesome downloads that are given that is going to help somebody who watches this. And so if I'm in a fence or you're in a fence, then we're on the fence and we're not breaking through the fence to no longer be offended, so that we can walk in the power that we are that is inside of us. Walk in that power that is held up due to your offense, your uneasiness, our lack of balance. And so we want to live in our purpose, not our pain. We want to live in joy, not in judgment. Come on, forgiving ourselves. Come on, releasing our own self. And so these perceptions of or wounds or misunderstandings, that's what gets us stuck in offense, where we're on the fence. But we just have too much to do. We've got too much to nurture. Come on, whether you're a mom or a dad, whether you are with or without a child, there are babies, there are seeds, there are things inside of you that need to be nurtured. Maybe your baby don't even need to be nurtured anymore. I'm reading that book by Stormy O'Martin. It's right here, The Power of Praying, The Power of Praying for Your Adult Children. Okay, because look, that's all I can, that's about all I got at this point. But this is helping me to see, hey, listen, parenting is never over. You cannot feel any kind of guilt about the way things may be or how they may go or end up. That you have to release, you have to forgive, and not be stuck, so that you can move on and you can continue to birth those things that God has for you, because there's too many generations that you have to influence. Yes, you were born to birth. You, man, women, boy, girl, come on. You were born to birth things, and you have influence. And so we can't carry offense into this new season. It is spring season. Mother's Day and graduations always bring that about and remind us of these new seasons, springtime, spring cleaning. And so one of the things we need to clean in this spring cleaning is the spirit of offense. And I'm going to throw this stuff up. Nobody be offended. Look, I'm about to throw this up here because I want to make sure that I also encourage people, married couples. Sometimes we walk in offense, but we have our Go Get Your Life Getaway, the first ever couples edition, coming up. So I want to make sure I put that down there for those who may come back. But anyhow, yeah, so Mother's Day, I'm challenging you and myself to be unbothered, unshaken, and unoffended. Unbothered, unshaken, and unoffended. Unashamedly, if that's a word, unashamedly, or whatever. Unashamed. Be unbothered, unmovable, unshaken in all aspects. Come on, unbothered, unshaken in our faith, unshaken in family issues, unshaken when it comes to your finances, even with your fitness. Just get up and begin one day at a time. Come on, one moment at a time. But this is the season where we have to choose not to be offended, because as I said, and as I'm just working with myself on the fact that you don't have to receive it. It's a choice. Offense is a choice to be off-ended. And so we're going to choose to rise above it. We're going to choose to walk in love. We're going to choose to stay on our square, because we're not going to be off-ended. And I want you to go get your life and all God yet has for you. So I just wanted to stop by on this Fire Up Your Faith Friday and fire you up and encourage you, as I encourage myself, that there is so much to do that we do not have time to be distracted by the spirit of offense. Literally, the whole objective and mission of offense is to throw you off so that you do not focus on what you are called to do in that moment, in that day, in that season, in that time and dispensation. And so just like in football, if the defense is distracted and not lined up, the offense is going to advance. And so we have to make sure that our defenses are up, our rest, getting that health together, our prayer time, some self-care time, whatever it is that you need to do. I encourage you, especially on this Mother's Day weekend, to make sure that the nurturers get some time just to themselves. It's great to celebrate and be amongst family and celebrate at Mother's Day, but also consider that sometimes those that are pushing and fighting to nurture and yet be nurtured, right? Fighting for that time, that sometimes they just need a moment. So I encourage you to take a moment if it's not given to you, because Boy George said it best, time is not going to give you time. So Coach Sharice says, take it. You got to take it back. There's something I want to talk about. Look, I get all these little sayings. Something that came to me today. T3, time, talent, treasure. Time is not free, because I was telling myself, you're getting so organized, Sharice. When you have some free time, I was saying to Marcus, when you have some free time, start packing things that you don't use anymore and organizing things to start to give away. And then the Lord was like, time's not free. There is no free time. All you can do is exchange it. It's the most valuable out of time, talent, and treasure. So that's for another lesson. But time isn't going to give you time. So take it so that you can remain on the defense. And I don't mean that you have to defend yourself. I'm talking about guarding your time, guarding your space, guarding your mind, guarding your heart, and choosing not to be offended in this season, because the sole purpose of offense is to take you off your end, put you on the fence, and have you split so that you are distracted and not moving forward to go get your life and all God yet has for you. And so this is Coach Sharice. I am signing off, your practical, prophetic life coach. And yes, even at Stan Store or Go Get Your Life book.com, there are opportunities for coaching. And so I love chatting with all of my friends. But even my friends will tell you, I can help you better with some one-on-one time and some Holy Ghost infusion into what is really going on. It's the best combination, coaching with the prophetic edge. All right. So I love you guys. I mean it. I mean it. I mean it. And I want you to go get your life. I want you to walk without offense. And I appreciate all of your prayers towards me, so that, like yourself, we can conquer all of these wonderful things that we were placed on the earth to do. All right. Ciao. Have a good night. And I'll be back. I'll be back next Friday. All right. God willing, I will be